Okay, this right here is why you need to learn how to code. So, Rumble, there's another platform called Rumble. It's like a knockoff YouTube, except they will never take down your videos, no matter what you say. So, we are backing up our channels to that, and part of that, we download them all onto an SSD card, and it's a pain in the butt to go through and upload them manually. So, because I know some Python, I wrote some code, and it's really, really like I love watching it run. I love it. It's like a tuned instrument. So watch this, watch this. So I have all the videos right down here. It's gonna upload, it's gonna select the file, put it there, paste into here, go down, select health, hit upload. Then it's gonna select these two things, hit upload from here, and then it's gonna wait 4 seconds. It's gonna go to the next tab and repeat and repeat and repeat. And look at that. This thing's just gonna run. Run, baby, run. And that's why you learn how to code, because I don't really, like, I know how to, like, you need to know the basics. Like, you need to know, like, oh, this is how this works, this is how this works. You don't really need to know, like, it would take you about 10 hours to learn that. And that's it, like, 10 hours, and you could learn the basics of how to write code. And that's all you really need to know, is like how to print functions, how functions work, how variables work, how classes work, how objects work. And then for each library, because the base code language, especially if you already know code language, is so simple. Like, it's so easy to learn how to do that. The difficult part is learning how to use these libraries. And libraries are like pre-built out segments of code that you can tap into, and you can use what other people have written for you, and it saves you so much time. So I don't want to write any code for image processing, but other people have written lots of code, so I can just use their code for it. And what's called functions, I can run their functions on that code, and it saves me a lot of time for it. But learning how to use those libraries is tricky, which is why I have GPT. Like, learning how to code a macro for your computer is so useful. And I just have it, like, right up here. I'm like, couple libraries. I know how to use them. I didn't have to do it. All I told GPT is, I want you to, well, you have to use Gemini, because GPT's like, I can't help you create a keyboard logger. That could be used to steal passwords. I'm like, fuck you. Like, you can create a keyboard logger. It's really simple code that I could just go grab from anywhere else. But I'm like, I told Gemini, this is what I want to do. Create a keyboard logger. And using that keyboard logger, I hit play. I then went through the automation on my computer, and I clicked the buttons and did it. And then I had Gemini output that into my control panel right here. And I basically just copied that code, and I gave it back, well, the output, I gave that to Gemini. I'm like, this is what I'm doing. And then it takes a little bit of feedback. You do get a lot better with this with time. You need to know, like, some keyboard shortcuts. So, like, I don't want to have to reposition the mouse to click each one of these tabs to move over to the next one. So what you do is you learn that Chrome has a keyboard shortcut, which is Control Tab, which moves you over to the next tab. Things like this is what you pick up along the way, but it's so worth learning. It saves you hours. And, like, downloading all of these files, I didn't do that manually. I wrote a code that worked with, went to Google, and it worked with their code. And it's called an API, but it's really just how, when we look at a website, we see the user interface, and that's like all the buttons made for human. If my code wants to look at a website, it doesn't need that user interface, because that's only for our benefit. It can just talk directly to that website's code, and that website's code is called the API. So I wrote a code that basically goes to YouTube. It's like, hey, give me the name of all the videos this person's ever made. Okay, and then let's download them one by one. And all I did, I have a spare laptop. I just plugged it into that thing, plugged in a flash drive, and hit run. And like 20 hours later, I had all my videos downloaded. I also did my brother's account, which is like 1,800 videos. Like, that would take forever to do. It would take it forever to upload 1,800 videos, which is why I wrote a piece of code to do it for me. Look, I'm not paying it shit, and it's just working. Like, this is what people want, like, AI personal assistants to do, but it's what they can't do yet. But you can just write code, and it's a simple piece of code. I think it's like 100 lines. It's so stupidly simple.